All right, give me 1 second, y'all. I'm trying to see something. Why the fuck? We even live, my nigga? It's like it's not letting me watch the. Okay, let's see. Are we good? Let's see. I bet. Are we good? Bet. Give me 1 second. Put the music in this motherfucker. Oh shit! No. Why is it not playing the speakers? Stop slave to God, bitch. We carry out God's responsibilities. Are you dead ass eyes? This shit, oh my god, this shit is phony as hell. This shit was working. I promise you, this shit was working fine. Now I'm gonna act up. I had new speakers and fuck it. Let's just go right into the video. Fuck. I put music through this phone. Nah, I knew you gonna do that. Fuck it. Do not. Yeah, like. Alright, let's get it. Make sure we live and direct. Make sure we live and direct. Alright, we good. Or put it back in the speaker. Alright, bet. So yeah. Sun in Virgo, Moon in Leo. You know what I'm saying? So catering to our creative spark. You know what I'm saying? Now, one thing you gotta realize is this. by us being in Virgo in general, it's gonna lead us to a space on where we overthink on our routines, patterns, our stress, our communication, all that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you want to be in a space where you're aware in these certain scenarios because Moon and Leo is gonna make us be like almost like attention whores on the status on what kind of can cater to us and what can cater to our creativities, our spark, our imaginations, our passions, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the whole thing, the whole point, the whole thing is supposed to be up to is whole thing is supposed to be up to is that you gotta make something happen, make something look like nothing. You know what I'm saying? And when you know how to make something look like nothing, you're in the space on where things you do always look creative, no matter what position you're in life. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're in the boss position, then you know you make the order out of the chaos. So you make order out of chaos. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the weak minded position, you make the chaos, you make the boss, you make the chaos out of order. It's the same. It's the same allegory. Chaos out of order, order out of chaos. Same shit. But if you're in a weak minded position, you wouldn't know what to do in the face of chaos. You've been in the face of where you got almost like run away from it, or you try to put it under the rug and not let it, like, you know what I'm saying, almost happen for you. You're making it happen to you, but you're supposed to let it go through you. You're not supposed to let it affect you. You know what I'm saying? So for you, to you, you're supposed to let it go through you. So when you cater to these things, you're catering to the things that help you out in the right allegories, in the right positions, in the right scenarios of your life. You know what I'm saying? So you're supposed to be, when you look at these things from the the right position, you're always in the space on where the things you do in general become something you build yourself up to become in a certain position in whatever you're doing in life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the Sun and Virgo, we may be stressing and things of that nature. We may be all over the place when it comes to our jobs, routines, our patterns. But if you know how to, like I said, make order out of that all chaos, then you won't manifest yourself to have a headache or a health hazard, a health issue, or things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? It happens to the best of us. Don't get it fucked up. It happens to the best of us, but you're supposed to be in a position where you know how to what percentage level you're in. So you're supposed to be in the equilibrium space and know how to look at this from the right positions, left positions, up positions, down positions, back positions, forward positions. And once you look at it from that total point of view, you're looking at it from the space on where the whole wavelength you cook, you're creating because you're in spiritual, you're esoterically cooking. The shit you cook becomes the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out Lil B. You know what I'm saying? Even you cooking, you know what I'm saying? So just know how to look at these things from the right percentage level. You know what I'm saying? So now you're whatever you're doing, you're now in a respectable position on where you should be at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like you like I said, you can be doing anything. Like you can be in the middle of nowhere in the desert, but if you know how to make something happen, makes that something look like nothing, and then be that creative charge of it, then you'll be in a position on where your whole scenario becomes makes it looks dope, it looks valid, it looks like genius. You know what I'm saying? People might call you the spiritual Einstein. You know what I'm saying? And you may not know what you did, but if you know the power you have within yourself and you know the things you create out of that chaos, if you know how to position yourself in that right position on what you're supposed to be doing, you'll be in a space on where you're preparing yourself for what your spirit can make you handle in that scenario. You know what I'm saying? And once you know to prepare yourself in those scenarios, you're in a position on where you're making the whole vantage point, like you know how to position yourself in any space in life. You know what I'm saying? And what you got to realize is that if you don't know how to like see something if you don't see, if you don't see something in your with your first eye, I don't call your third eye. This is your first eye. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know how to see something from your first eye, then you won't be aware on certain scenarios on where shit should be playing out. You know what I'm saying? You'll be out of the loop thinking something is something, something is something else, but you won't be aware that what you're doing is leading, like you're leading certain areas in your life unvacant. You know what I'm saying? And when you leave that unvacant, you position yourself in a bad place. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you want to be in a place where you're always hovering over these things and seeing what to do, what not to do. You see, my son, how you do, how you not. You know what I'm saying? Give a fuck how you feel. I'm on top. It's like you you're always on top of what you're looking at. So no matter how you're looking at something, the whole thing becomes almost like nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know how to look at these things, because if you don't know how to properly foreshadow something in the right position, like foreshadow something in the right scenarios, you'll forever be lost. You know what I'm saying? And nobody ever wants to be forever lost. You know what I'm saying? You all want to expand out of our bubble, no matter what position we're in life. You know what I'm saying? So always be the spirit that knows how to properly adjust through uncomfortable positions in your life, scenarios in your life, and don't let these things hold you back. You know what I'm saying? Because we all go through it in our own different ways, but the point is to make your way look almost unique and not a big idea. You know what I'm saying? Because when you make your things not unique, it's not for you to be like, oh, I'm gonna do it like this. I mean, this is a unique way. Nah, it's just for you. Like I said, I preach this to I preach this. Yeah, y'all, I preach this all the time. Just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like being yourself is the best thing you could be in any scenario in life, because when like I said, when you're being yourself, it just is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So like it's like that's why when you're going through these certain positions in the sky, planetary positions in the sky, you're always in a position on where if you don't understand the certain energies in the sky, like if you don't understand where these things is going on, you'll be in a space of where you let these things wash you over and you'll be washed up under the current. You know what I'm saying? So it's like even me, like I was looking watching the current because I was like I had to upload another live because my previous live got I think it fucked up because I think it was an internet connection, Wi-Fi. So I wasn't going with the sauce trying to see what the fuck was the problem. But now I got that situated. I'm gonna go through that problem again. So it's like now I'm doing something like so it's like we all play out the energies in the as above so below. We all play it out. It is the best way you know how to play out within yourself is how we go within the whole totality. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's you know what I'm saying. That's kind of like how you can look at it at all times when you're going through your uh star travels. You know what I'm saying? They'll be all stars. You know what I'm saying? So when you're going through, like I said, when we going through our star travels as spirits, you may be in a position on where you're trying your way you go upon your mind. You like to think like almost you think so far out is beyond this water cycle. You know what I'm saying? And when you do things like that, it's like when you travel far out, you travel out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? And when you travel out of bounds, you're in a position of where you create your own ways of looking at things, your own mentalities, your worldviews. That's where you like you go to your brought out forms. You know what I'm saying? And like sometimes you'll have like spirits trying to stop that from you, and you know what I'm saying. It's like they play out as a position of where they kind of hold you back, so it could play out as anything, person, place, or thing. But when you're looking at the certain like spirits that govern over those mind states, you know how to properly put it in its place, and see where, like, where you're representing yourself in the physical realm. You know how to, like, almost, like, how I say this, you have the right way on how you go upon something. You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard to explain, but when you're there, you're there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, that's why it's good to know thyself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's good to know thyself, because if you don't know thyself, you'll be in a position where you won't know your power and your certain scenarios in your life. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you're traveling out of bounds, you're going through your other forms. You know what I'm saying? And when you go through your other forms, you're in a space on where those other forms you're trying to get to, or you not get to, but you already know how to get to, because it's like something you do already. This is kind of how you create the physical form already in general. You'll be in a space somewhere the certain the firms you go back to that you've already been there, done that. Like sometimes you'll have certain other spirits that be in that space too, trying to, like, hold you back and tell you, like, yo, don't you remember this? Don't you remember this and that? You gotta go through this procedure. And it's like it's fucked up because you be on your own shit, going whatever. Like once you know you're the star, you're a person always controlling your mentality and things of that nature. You'll be in a space on where you know the proper way on how things appear to be. You know what I'm saying? What's up, EXO? No fucking shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Once you know how to properly look at these things, you'll be in a space where you're already in a position where you know where you go, where you like how it's damn, what's up? You I can't think of the saying, but that's probably a reason. So probably, but we just gotta know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? Once you know what the fuck is going on, you understand things from a broad perception. Because once you're in atmosphere, you control the positions in life. You almost, and it's crazy. I seen an ad on YouTube. It was almost like, it was weird. It was like creating humans, and it was an ad, like a video game creating humans and creating how they look like in the avatar. And I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, what the fuck is this? This shit is almost like, it's not what it's like, but it's like, I guess whoever did that, they they're onto something. That's all I'm gonna say. You know, they're kind of onto something. But I'm not get too deep into that. But yeah, um, yeah. So it's like once you're in that position, you know the things you do. You're more of the creative pilot. Like I'm star pilot, so if I'm a star that's a pilot, I know where I'm piloting myself in a position, and I'm here to teach. Like Jeff Sparks is here to spark the mind of the world and let everybody know who they are too. So it's like once we get to know each other like that in that position in life, we'll be in a space somewhere we all create that actual world where we can just be ourselves. And we're already doing it down here, but it's like we just bring that shit for real in the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? And it's like no matter what, you're in a position where, like, things you do, like, become the shit. No matter what you do, you can be doing anything in life. But like I said, if you don't know how to uh, create, like how I say this, if you don't know how to just be yourself, then you won't be, like I said, you won't be able to be doing anything in general. You know what I'm saying? But back to the astrology. You know what I'm saying? With the sun in Virgo and things of that nature, and the moon in Leo, like I said, it's almost going to be, you may be overly about your attention in certain areas in your life. Like you may be overly about that attention shit, and no matter what you do, you may not know how to represent that shit in the right areas in life. Like you may do it in a almost like a negative way. You may not know how to express it the way like because Leo is like the ego sign, so almost like a narc, but it's like Leos are more in the space of where they express themselves no matter how an individual feels. You know what I'm saying? And they like the attention, moon or sun sign. If it's a moon sign, they love giving attention. They don't. And then if it's a sun sign, they love uh, attracting attention. You know what I'm saying? If it's a rising, it's not something they really want or need. It's something that people can see them do being in. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like in that scenario, you understand that the whole position in our everyday life becomes more of a space on where the things we do have have a purpose behind it. If you don't know how to respectfully have something you're doing to like it has a purpose behind it, but if you don't know how to represent that energy, whether you be whether you're respectful or not, that's you. Then it's like you'll be in a space somewhere you're more letting the shit drain you down and drag you down. But if you're in a space where you're hovering over these things, you don't let these things hold you down, then you'll be yourself to the fullest extension in life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, um, that's why, like, no matter what we do, we're all spirits and we all have the ability to change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like your mind mimics a spirit, your body mimics the mind. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't know that, and if you think you are the mind, you'll forever be lost in a scenario where the things you do happen to be like the things you do happen to be in the wrong positions in life. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know yourself, if you don't know thyself, excuse me, yo, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, and that's why like no matter what, you want to know the whole position on yourself and what you're supposed to mean within yourself, the thing you're supposed to represent within yourself. You know what I'm saying? And uh like to the whole like um conscious community too. Like sometimes they be in the thing of where they try to lead individuals on into scenarios on where if if they're not if they're not holding a certain position in life, like if they're not holding a certain status quo in life, then they're doing negative. And I've been seeing the conscious community get more a little bit more knowledge, wisdomy and knowledgeable. It's not for all of them. It's just the couple I see sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes like they be onto something. Like what's that dude's name? If I knew his name, I think it's damn, I think it's Azerno, whatever his name is. That's what the A. He be rapping sometimes, like and talking about the conscious shit. Like, you know, I fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? And people like him, they be onto something. But yeah, shout out to him. I can't remember his name by heart. Azento, as whatever that is. But yeah, so it's like we're all put in a position on where the things we do within ourselves. Once you know how to control your internal realm, aka the mind, you'll be okay in the physical, no matter what position you're in life. You know what I'm saying? Because you understand that you're not from here. You know what I'm saying? And once you know that, you're always in a position on where the things you do, uh become like you almost like inspire people no matter what you do, but you don't know it. Like you just being, like I said, you just being yourself. And it's like when you know how to get that shit correlated, then you'll be in a position of where the things you're always doing, you're always upgrading and expanding your mind at all positions in life. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll be in a space on where the things you do become like it becomes the magic, it becomes the mysterious shit, it becomes the behind the scenes unknown almost like spiritual like spirit like, you know what I'm saying? Spirit does unknown things magically, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't know how to control that, then you like you just gotta know how to see it and control that shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and once you know how to do things like that, you'll always know how to see things in life, and you know how to properly play out scenarios on where it's things are supposed to happen. Like you'll know the right time you're supposed to do something the right time you're not. It's like you're balancing. It's like you're balanced. I know. And I also know. I know I had a. I think I don't know if it was pre-upload or a live where I was talking about balance is the negative thing, but I was in the position of where these things come from the words. It's not a bad thing to have balance. Balance means equilibrium. But you don't know how to properly look at it. You'll be in a position on where you don't know the the word and the meaning to what it means to actually be these things. You know what I'm saying? So just know these things. You know what I'm saying? mm, Drinking that iced tea. Yeah, nah, nah, but but yeah, but yes, so shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And 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 when you realize the key to things is what you create or create what you create, you'll be in a space when you're doing things in the spirit realm, you create the keys for every scenario in life. Like once you know what the fuck you're doing, once you know what the fuck you're doing up there, it's like you're invincible. You know what I'm saying? No matter what happens, you're invincible. You can see all things, you see everything, nigga. Like you see where your footprints are understanding almost everything in life. You know what I'm saying? And only his powerful spirits know where I'm leading to in these trains of thoughts. You know what I'm saying? And once you're in that position, you're always being in a boss mentality, in a boss mind state. You know what I'm saying? So have these things for what they're supposed to be met for. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you're doing, you always be in a position where the things you do happen to need your assistance in it because it wouldn't know where it would be without it. You know what I'm saying? And that's almost like how it always is when you know what the fuck you're doing, because it's like you'll just know how to read an individual. And it's like, not to say it's a weird thing, negative thing, but when you're reading an individual, you're more looking at the numbers, the colors, the spectrums, the forms, and that realm of reality. And it's like you just know how to see things. You know what I'm saying? And then you'll know what you have to do to like cater to that individual, whether it's negative or positive. You're doing it for the sake of bettering both of y'all, so y'all can all have something to because like I said, we all teaching down there. That's the whole point. Like the highest thing in general is to teach. So if you're in a space where you don't know how to get that shit happen, like you don't know how to teach within yourself and teach within the outside, like I teach myself every day. I talk to the spirit every day. You know what I'm saying? I talk to my spirit every day, which is me. But it's like spirit gives you messages, and you just gotta know how to listen to it. You know what I'm saying? And once you're there, you're there with all the other spirits that are part of your soul tribe, and then you can just chill with them and get all types of impregnate your mind with all types of knowledges within yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that always helps you, and that always gets you to like the boss status. You know what I'm saying? So it's like no matter what, the clouds sing your music when you're in the presence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're there on the right occasions. You know what I'm saying? And the occasions is what you create out of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you like once you know how to look at things from that perception, it's like that's like atmosphere knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And nobody will be left behind. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. Nobody will be left behind. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. Because this world is outdated. I ain't gonna hold you. This is the most weakest, the mentally retarded ass realm reality. Like once you understand, you can see GMO things in life. You already know this is not the pure world. You know what I'm saying? This is the dirty shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we gotta be aware on how to look at these things and things of that nature. Because if you don't know how to look at these things, if you don't know how to look at these things, you'll be always forever be in a space somewhere you're lost within the internal, external, and eternal, which is you don't want your spirit to be lost because your spirit knows everything. So why would you create a space for your spirit to be lost? You know what I'm saying? Like hell no. So it's like that's why it's good to see things in the right way. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. But and no matter what, we all gonna be put in a position where it's our turn, our turn, our time to shine. You know what I'm saying? And like when you let your light shine, you let your all your ideas, your great your new brand new ideas, knowledges, all that shit become almost rain down on earth as it is on heaven, as it is on earth. You know what I'm saying? So no matter what, we're like you want to be knowing how to look at these things in the right perceptions in life, because we all doing the same thing. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you're doing it in the right way in all scenarios, because if you're not doing it in the right way in all scenarios, you won't know how to respect yourself in ways you should know you should be respected in, but you'll look at yourself like it's negative, especially with the Sun and Virgo. You'll start thinking yourself, you'll probably do a song verse perfectly, and think to yourself, damn, I could do a little bit better. And you do it over and over and over again. And the first time you had it was perfect. You know what I'm saying? But if you saved it, then that's even better. You know what I'm saying? Because it depends on what kind of music studio you use. You probably recorded it, muted that verse, try to record it again, didn't like that one, recorded the other one, then went back to your first one. But the first one was actually good. What the fuck am I talking about? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, once you know how to look at it like that, it's like you look at that in the mind body and that perception, what you create in general already, what you do already, it's not going to be a perfect thing how you do it, but it's try to make your imperfections the perfect. And when you make your imperfections the perfect, then you're putting the light on where you can respect the way you are as in now. You can love the way you are as in now. Once you know to love how you are right now, you know how to love others and everything. You know what I'm saying? You won't have no ill what's that one ill fruit towards anybody, but you know that to hate the things within yourself and hate the things about you instead of hating the outside world and what they have to offer. You know what I'm saying? So just know how to look at it from that perception, and you'll forever be on a good side. You know what I'm saying? You always be good with God. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, you just know how you just gotta know how to look at it in those scenarios. You know what I'm saying? So just understand that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and like I said, just when you're doing shit like that, have something in mind. Like have something where you can properly have a good spiritual release system within yourself. Like whether you do if you need to go to the park, you may work all day and forget to actually go outside and lay on the ground and just go on. Just let the air, let the sun, let the cloud, let all that shit like go into you and let it go through you and let it like create the way you feel, the way you thinking and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, you can be in a space where you can understand everybody, because you understand that this is what we all do in that spirits in general. We all doing the same thing, like I said. So if you know how to get build that in that position in life and know how to properly have a space on where you have a good spiritual release system, then that spiritual release system will help you in a scenario that's supposed to you probably think to yourself it's supposed to be something you just do and just do it and get over it. But if you're really deep within your esoteric subconscious and conscious and know what the fuck you're doing, then you'll be in a space somewhere you're letting things within yourself happen, have a more proper effect within yourself. You know what I'm saying? And when you let these things have a better, a more proper effect within itself, then you become affectionate towards individuals. Like people can care for you. People actually fuck with your vibe. People fuck with your characteristics because you're already doing this like what the world is doing. So once you understand what the world is doing, you know how to be within yourself. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it's not about you like telling yourself like, damn, like I deserve to do this. Like, let me just do this for myself. And that's not to say it's a bad thing, but when you go out on your terms and just be a oh my god, I wish I could. Woo! Oh my god, I love to be in this space. When you're in that space somewhere, you're just in that space and you just in that position. It's like when the fuck? Oh, once you go outside and in this world, it's like you probably don't even need to have a certain a breathing technique, like breathing mantra. Like you doing your thing is the breathing mantra. You going outside and letting just doing your shit like going like that is your mantra. You dancing and shit, boom, you dancing, that is your mantra. You exercising, push-ups, whatever you do, that is your mantra. And it's like, how I explain this. It's like you look at like animals just start can't coming. It's like wow, it is weird. Sometimes you gotta scare them off because you like I don't need you to be like I swear I can't explain to you how many times a cat or a rabbit or even my other live stream I didn't get it on video but it was some like some sort of chicken turkey. It was some GMO shit, but the animals, but they were like they want to listen. They were all over the car, all over my car trying to listen to that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? And then they flew away and they flew. So anyway, but yeah, yeah, all types of animals just fuck with you, and humans just they have no choice but to park right next to you or to do things of that nature or listen to what you're saying when you're saying some real shit. It's like people can feel it. People are like, oh shit, this is the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you're looking at it from that position, you're always in a space on where things happen to be more like it's just a good space to be in. Like I like that space. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in that space, you know you're with your spiritual predecessors. You know what I'm saying? And 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 it's like you know everything in that space. You're like, oh shit, this is the shit. And it's like you're always put in a position where like you know how to actually like be more like sensitive to the senses and treat it like treat everything like something a different perception of you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like because you know it took you to create this. So if that's a little perception or position of you, that you know how to properly make that thing make happen, put make you and like make you like it. Let's for example, the best way I can explain it. Let's say if that thing was looking at you, you understand that it will be looking at something like your vibe, the characteristics, and all that shit. It'll be looking at all that shit, and it's like when it looks at things like that, things of that nature like that, then it's what we lagging? Okay. Well, anyway, so when you're looking at things like that, it's like it almost looks at all the characteristics and all the things of that nature that it's it's supposed to be seen in the position of where it's like it's beautiful. It's almost like beautiful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like every you just things are just beautiful to you. You just everything's beautiful to you because you know life is really beautiful. You gotta know how to look at it. You know what I'm saying? When you're looking at it from the perception of where you're in a hateful spirits. Not to say it's a bad like I swear you can be hateful all you want. You could be kind all you want, and none of that shit even matters. It's just for you, like I said, you to be yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you're not taking none of this shit with you. So once you know how to properly shed the right way and let go of these things, then you're in a position where you're more you're seen in those position that you would like to be seen because that's how you want to go out like that. So with a smile on your face, you know what I'm saying? So it's like that's like the dream. You know what I'm saying? No puns intended. Drink. Let me drink this shit real quick. I don't know. That shit's sweet as fuck. Iced tea tastes like sweets. It might be the same thing. But there's no ice in this. It is called iced tea. So I don't know. But yeah. But yeah. So it's like that's why, like I said, no matter what we do, we're all down here to be the best versions of ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be the best. And I actually hate that saying the best version of yourself. Just be like I said, be yourself. But the best version of yourself, you wouldn't have the mindset to be the best version of yourself if you couldn't just be yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because for someone to be themselves, first of all, they have to be doing something that an individual or somebody else told them, oh, that this shit is cool, this shit is dope, or you should probably stop doing that. Whatever position they're in a position now where they took the negative and positive within themselves, and let it go within them and through them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, um, no matter what, if they know how to let these things go through them and not let it affect them, then like I said, they'll know how to be in a space on where these things just happen within themselves. You know what I'm saying? It's experiences, and without the experience, you wouldn't know what to do, what not to do. You know what I'm saying? But once you don't let it affect you, then it's like you're in the right position in life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like just know how to see these things, like I said, and not get lost in the sauce. You know what I'm saying? And things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it's like um but yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it in this motherfucking shit. I guess we can go for I guess we can go for an hour. I go for 20 more minutes. I was gonna talk about the sun and Virgo Moon Leo, but I kind of went on a spiritual rant. But but yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just know what the fuck you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Know how to ride that wave, ride that flight. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like never like when you're in a space somewhere you let things like when you create let me talk about this because I just want some of my recommendations on my phone and I'm gonna see it. And I was gonna talk about it anyway, but yeah. Portals and stargates, you know what I'm saying? That's a thing that we do literally every time. Literally every time down here. You know what I'm saying? This is my video, by the way. And shouts out Dolo, you know what I'm saying? And Dolo the Pilot Man. Go follow, subscribe, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, because he has a song about this. But yeah, when you're about that when you're in a space of where you know how to create portals and stargates, it's like it's like that's like almost like home to you. You know what I'm saying? Because for you, like it's almost like when you're going through a scenario in your real life in the physical realm, right? And it's like something that you may go through something that probably doesn't make sense. Like you told yourself, like you try to explain to yourself like how the fuck did this happen? Like but you gotta be in a deep spiritual like thing. Like you gotta be really seeing with your first eye and seeing something. And you may have you may have went through something that didn't make sense at all. You try to explain to yourself like no, hold on, no, it was just coincidence. But the coincidence wasn't coincidence. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the shit wasn't adding up. And it's like once you see from that position, it's like the whole the whole thing becomes okay. This shit is just an illusion or some shit like this is some shit I created or some shit that because when you're in that world for real, you see it from the space on where you just know that wouldn't have happened if you weren't already in a certain position, or if you weren't in a certain scenario, if you weren't in a certain portal, Stargate in your life. You know what I'm saying? I might go a little, but why do I keep lagging? Anyway, but yeah, are we good? Yeah. So it's like with with that thing, it's like it's almost like we would have to be dead almost for us to go through certain scenarios like this in our real life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's why I say when you go through things like that just don't make sense, it's like you got to know how to catch it, because if you don't know how to catch it, then it's like you'll just, I don't know, you'll be somewhere like in La La Land floating around, but you just gotta know how to look at it. You know what I'm saying? It's like how I, I'm trying to like it's like because when you're really there, it's like you know how to properly look at it, and when you look at it and you go to that world for real, it's like you look at it from a perception that like if this would happen for like this, then it would have to lead for something to that thing to happen. And by default, this is the death realm in general. So we already know this is a death realm, and the fourth, fifth, and sixth dimension is life. Seventh, eighth, and ninth dimension is birth. So for us to be even down here and experiencing our dead consciousness, that's a form of death. So I'm not trying to like get to y'all and confuse, getting lost. Like, but you can almost look at it like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like when you go through scenarios that just don't really like add up, it's like it always reminds you like, damn, I'm in a low vibration. I'm in a not even a low vibration, but it's like, damn, I'm in a world where individuals don't think about things like this. Like they probably go upon this, just go upon it, and that's what I mean by the La La Land attribute, where they can be flown around La La Land forever, not realizing it. But if you're in a space where you catch these things and know what these things mean for itself, then you'll be in a position where you know how to equalize it and put yourself in and out of it and see. And if you were in it, because by default you're already in it. So when I say put yourself in it, you put yourself in that actual Stargate. And when you put yourself in the actual Stargate, you're in a position where now you're looking at it from the attribute on where what so why would something lead to this thing. And then when you look at what you damn this shit hold on. And once you look at it from that position, once you look at it from shit, that shit bright as fuck. But yeah, once you look at it from that position, it's like now you're almost seeing it from the space on where it's supposed to be seen at when you're inside of that form. Now when you're out of it, it's like the conclusion you would come up with is like, damn, that must be a dead form. So I must have either created that Stargate or that portal by accident, or I must have just experienced that and just known that was what was going on. Like it's like, yeah, and that's really how far that's how far it gets. It gets further than that, way further than that. But that's for y'all to go within that train of thought and then see where I'm trying to get within that. You know what I'm saying? Because everything I'm saying is not physical. This is a spiritual channel, so we talking about the spiritual shit. Well, I may be using the word, but I'm using them like tools. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like that's why I say no matter what, we all have our footprints in the sand of scenarios that we created and may have actually probably forgot about it or lost track of it, or things we went through things in our life that got us away from our spiritual natures. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's like no matter what, when you look at it from the right spiritual way, then you're put in this position where you're seeing things from where how it's supposed to be seen, no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the sun, like I said, the sun in Virgo is going to lead us to thinking about things like this. I promise you, because although sun is in Virgo, moon is in Leo, we're still in the age of Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? So this is a spiritual time. An age of Aquarius is going to get us into, even if you're not into astrology, spirituality, all these things, you're gonna be a space where you're trying to learn something. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to learn something new. You know what I'm saying? See something new. See what can be known. See the things that can be more known in general. You know what I'm saying? And once you know how to look at those things, the more things that can be known, you may have no choice but to stumble upon people like my channels. People like my channel. You know what I'm saying? You might just open your mind. You might hear some things you probably wasn't ready for, and got taken out that ocean that water real fast, and put it into higher consciousness water. You know what I'm saying? And in that form, you're like half bird, half fish, half animal, almost, and you can rise and rise and rise, and you get to other forms, almost like human. Like it's not really human, but you can look at it like human. Like, and you go further than that, and it's like and things of that nature. But like it's like when you're in the low vibration, you're a straight up fish. You're straight up in that water cycle. So it's like once you stumble upon people like my channel, we may get you elevated, but you may not be prepared for it. You might be like, oh shit, hell no. You know what I'm saying? Once you get you out of that conscious, what the fuck? Once you get you out of that consciousness, you'll be smarter, nigga, bitch. You'll be smarter. You know what I'm saying? So look at these things like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like who doesn't want to be smarter at the end of the day? You know, so we all want to have some form of wisdom and knowledge and things of that nature, and have something to guide us, that guiding light, guiding flights. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But and no matter what we do, we all have the ability to be that creative kind of like shapeshifter. You know what I'm saying? Because like once you get to a certain point in the spiritual realm, you can become almost like a shapeshifter, and you can play out in the physical realm. So you can play any position in life. You can play any characteristic in life, anything. You know what I'm saying? You might be at a job, and in the vibe right now is low vibrate. Like people are depressed. You be the most depressed person in that scenario. So no one can leech onto you if your happiness. Like motherfuckers depressed, then you happy and shit, and people and then the depressed motherfuckers leech on your energy like leeches and parasites, like sucking on your energy and shit like that. Oh shit, you gotta come down depressed. Instead of doing all that, instead of going through all that nonsense, you just be the even more depressed, and then you were like, yeah, this is fucked up. Like, God, this job sucks. I gotta work here and I gotta make money, and I don't even like this job. And nah. You play that characteristic, and it's like they can't leash onto you because they see, oh, this chick is already in a lower low vibration than us. But if they see you, like if they understand, like if you're in a space oh you're happy and everyone's just sad, like it's like they leash onto you, and it's like they suck on your energy and then pull, and then you become even worse than them, but you don't try to play that characteristic. You just become it by default because you let it happen. Let's say motherfuckers are happy in that job, and you know how to play the characteristics of happy. Instead of you being depressed in that nature, and letting motherfuckers like bully you and let you why are you so sad? You be the most happy. You be more happy than all of them. Yeah, I just got a check. I'm making money in this motherfucking shit. And goddamn, I got a new car and shit like that. And my niggas can't fuck with me. Like who the like? And, in that space, you really materialize something happening where you can actually feel like that, feel like happy like that. So it's like you want to know how to shapeshift in all these forms, because when you know how to shapeshift in all these forms, you know how to become the golem, the all the things. You become all things of this world without having to try. You just know how to play these characteristics by default, and that's how you become a spiritual shapeshifter. You know what I'm saying? And when you're a spiritual shapeshifter in the spiritual realm, you know how to actually have something for yourself to go to in all positions in your life. You know what I'm saying? Oh, y'all probably wonder why I'm not drinking this on camera. Cause I wanna sponsor the certain water bottle I'm using. Cause I'm not getting paid. Watch when I get monetized. You know what I'm saying? Oh. She. You know what I'm saying? But and I'm not doing it. I like doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not getting too far into that. I can show it, but I'm not gonna do it. If it's not done doing this, I'm not showing it. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, but that's my point. So it's like once you know the shapeshift and all that scenarios, you know what the fuck you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it's like it's good to know what you're doing in general because you like it's like no matter what, we all get to put in positions where we got to be able to test these things. You know what I'm saying? Like God puts us in a position where it tests us. Like let's see how you can do in this scenario when you got like someone begging for money or your family or anything. You know what I'm saying? And you got to play a character. Oh shit, I'm broke. You know, what I'm saying? I'm broke. Oh, I don't got it right now. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Once you know how to play it like that, it's like it goes in all aspects in life. You know, so you just know how you just gotta know how to catch it. You know what I'm saying? And see if in all positions. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and then no matter and like I said, like when you're in the space of where you're creating a certain scenario back to Stargates and one of the things I nature. When you're creating certain scenarios, you'll see that those scenarios you created would have never been there, but without you. You know what I'm saying? So when you know how you're portraying your characteristics, your light forms, whatever you want to call these things, your portals, or whatever you want to call these things, you want to be in a space of where you have something to lean towards. Like yeah, you have a backup plan, and with your spiritual, you have all types of backup plans, and they're not even called backup plans in your eyes. It's just called a different route or different route you can take. And once you have that different route you can take, you're put in positions on where you know you can fly over any characteristics, fly over anything that can hold you back, fly over anything that can like put you in a low vibrational position that you know you shouldn't even be in. You know what I'm saying? Because once you put in those positions, it's like you won't know how to have something. You won't know how to have a way on how to represent your main thesis in a statement. You know what I'm saying? I remember that from school, thesis. You know what I'm saying? And it's like we know how that thing to represent your main thesis. And if I'm correct, it's like pointing to the title. You know, pointing to a title of your summary or whatever it's called. But yeah, so it's like if you don't have a proper thesis to your statement, you won't have no proper way on how you should anchor this thing you're trying to bring down in the spiritual realm. You know what I'm saying? So it's like know how to look at these things from the positions on where you're more letting the whole ways of the characteristics or the ideologies or the main starting points come in your favor. You know what I'm saying? And don't let these things like hold you back. You know what I'm saying? Because you can use this thing sink too low and go back to your to your low vibrational consciousness instead of using it where it's supposed to be meant for. When you sink it down to the main to where we need it to be, then you're in this position where you can always expand out of what you're doing within what it's supposed to be mean toward, like what it's supposed to mean to you at that main starting point. You know what I'm saying? So we got 2 minutes in this motherfucker. But yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it's like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? God damn, this shit bright as fuck. But yeah, and that's why you want to look at these like when you know how to properly have something you're doing, like have something where you can have a way and how you can uh, power or use these tools to expand your horizons. Things like I said, crystals, gems, all these things. Whatever you have, whatever you need to. What's that word I look for? Damn, means something. You're put these glasses back on. This shit. But I'm see. I can. Ooh, I gotta put these back on. So I'm. But yeah, why are you lagging? Yeah. So you got something where you can, like I said, crystals, gems, whatever that can source your thing that what you're really like things like if so for example if you have a yellow stone, whatever it's called, I represent your solar plexus. So if you have a crystal and gem that will represent that, you would power it under the sun, and things of that nature, you would be in a space where you use these things to get you up to a certain status quo to what you need to realize. So it's not that it's making you feel better, but it's that you and the universe is both putting your projection into that form, and that form is not even protecting you, but that form is enhancing what you already know how to do. So you really don't even need these things. But if you want to use it like a tool, you're doing what you're doing within the mind. You use your mind like a tool, and you're playing out what you're doing in the internal, and you're letting that play within itself, within the actual tool. So it's like you're doing the same thing. And it's like once you know how to be like spiritually into that numerology gematria shit, you know how to what numbers mean something within what you're doing up there, down here, in the physical, and it's like deep, but it's really not, because once you know how to do it, it's cold and motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But yay, you know what I'm saying? We 1 hour on this motherfucking shit. I'm taking what I'm saying. We ending this motherfucking shit, but you know what I'm saying? Just Spark Style Pilot. We out on this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker. I know.